with me now is Jenny Perez, founder of Unplugged Canada, joining us from Vancouver. Nice to see you, Jenny.
Nice to see you too.
What do you make of this move by Australia?
Oh, we're excited. We commend and we're grateful to Australia for taking the lead on such an important issue that is affecting everybody.
Is this a move that you would like to see replicated in Canada?
Yes, I think it's thousands of parents at Unplugged Canada want change, and this is a step that will take us ahead. And right now, Canada is actually falling behind many other jurisdictions that are already recommending this legislation and all over the world.
I'm a parent. You probably are as well. You know what teens are going to say. They're going to say, I need to reach my friends. Snapchat is how I reach my friends. To that, you say what?
Yeah, well, this is not about not having social media forever. This is just having access to social media at the right age, where they are more developmentally ready to navigate these toxic platforms. So it's about delaying together, and it comes from a place of protecting them. And we care about our children. We want the best for them. And in principle, these devices and these platforms shouldn't have been introduced at such a young age. And also, I know that there are healthier platforms for children to connect and for the youth to connect. So they could have Zoom meetings like the one we are having now. They could text on flip phones. They could also have exchange emails. They could use the phone, and ideally they could spend more time together in person.
Let's go through the list of social media sites that Australia has decided to ban here. Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, that one surprised me, Threads, X, Kick, Twitch. YouTube caught me off guard. I was surprised by that. I can see why instant messaging platforms might expose teens to a greater risk of online harms. Why do you think YouTube was on that list?
Yeah, actually, I was not surprised at all that YouTube is there. Actually, I believe that it should have been there from the start, because when our kids are on YouTube, it's not only the ads, but it's also the addictive design of them. So there's no time limit. And also, we know that these companies can predict and estimate already the age of our children. And based on that, keep bringing content to have them hooked. So we know that these social media platforms are competing for the attention of our kids, for their time, and also affecting them, their mental health, and also affecting their identity.
But are we kidding ourselves here? Can we really put the genie back in the bottle? I mean, my 9-year-old is probably more savvy on an internet or a tablet than I am. So ostensibly, they could find a way around this?
I think so. I believe that. I'm optimistic. I think, in principle, like I said, this shouldn't have been introduced to our children without proper regulation and limits and boundaries. So now is the time to fix and correct what should have been done properly from the start. And I believe that everything is possible. And now, as long as parents, we are more intentional about it and we unite, I think that definitely this is already happening in Australia. This is going to happen in other countries around the world already. All over Europe, this is being discussed. So this is that change in culture that we need.
For context, in Canada, for parents that are watching today, Canadian legislatures did table a bill called the Online Harms Act, which died last spring on the order paper. We reached out to the Heritage Ministry today for a response on whether Canada might move forward with a similar measure. And what they said was that our government intends to act swiftly to better protect Canadians and children from online harms. When we asked them what swiftly meant, are we expecting a bill before the House rises, before the holiday? We didn't get a response back. Do you have any intel on whether there could be another bill similar to the one we saw last spring introduced?
Well, we know that they are going to wrap up sessions this week, so I don't know how realistic it is that we're going to have some news this year, but probably early in the new year. We know that they are discussing diligently and actively the reintroduction of the online harms bill that now is going to be called Online Safety Act, the Bill C-63. We just want our policymakers to take into account that this bill and the consideration should be child-centered as well, because this bill is necessary to make tech companies accountable, and there is a expectation of a regulator and all that. But we are aware as parents that this can take time to be implemented, even though it's necessary. And we understand that, of course, social media platforms must be accountable, but we also need to address the need for this legislative framework, the legislation framework for our kids to be protected sooner than later. And so we want also the social media age minimum to be introduced in a more dynamic and effective, fast way like Australia did. So we believe that maybe our ask is cleaner and simpler to implement.
Jenny Perez, founder of Unplugged Canada. Thank you for your time today, Jenny.
Thank you.